And welcome back. A matchup of two undefeated teams is going on tonight between Viborg Hurley and Canastota Freeman, but that wasn't the case just a year ago. For Viborg Hurley, they finished 4-4 last year, but they have since turned things all the way around. Their average margin of victory is 44 points a game this year. They say the difference is their lightning quick offense.
I mean, we had a lot of kids that were in the weight room hitting it really hard all off season. You know, we got kids that jumped up 2-3 inches. I mean, I got how many 6'4" kids, a 6'5" kid, you know, a bunch of kids that are over 200 pounds. And I had two linemen that ran under 5 flat this year in the 40-yard dash.
Very quick and fast, and we can score on you very quick and easy if you make one mistake, or it could go fast for the defense if they choose to play a certain type of coverage or something like that. It could be a score on them in a snap of a finger.
Canastota Freeman has offense as well. They scored over 40 points 4 times this season, but they also are going to bring some youth into this matchup. The Pride only have 3 seniors on their roster, and Coach James Strang says having a younger team doesn't matter. They still have to execute.
If the formula ain't broke, don't fix it, you know, and it all comes down to execution. And that's kind of our biggest thing, especially having a small senior class of only 3 boys, that our juniors and our sophomores understand that it takes execution and it takes assignment-driven football.
I think we are a younger team, but I think a lot of the kids, the younger guys, did play a little last year, and I know they've worked hard this summer, and I think they're really going to step up this year.
And step up, they have done that and then some. Make sure to catch the highlights of this heavyweight matchup on KDLT's Football Friday. And the Vikings women's soccer brought their undefeated conference record into their matchup against Northern State today, but it would be the Wolves on top first as they led the Vikings 1-0 in the 16th minute. And then it would just be all Vikings. Alexis Legg, she puts a little bit of leg on this one as they tie the game at 1-1. And then just 5 minutes later, Augie uses a little bit of trickeration by Morgan Kierstead to give them the 2-1 lead. And then, folks, this is just a little bit unfair. 5 minutes later, Peyton Stencil takes it upon herself, and you could call that bend it like stencil, and Augie would go on to win 5-1. And last night we had some South Dakota High School soccer playoff actions as the boys semifinals was being played at Howard Wood. We start with this top-seeded Washington against Aberdeen. Near the end of the first half, the game is scoreless, and Warriors, they're on the attack, but Eagles goalie Reese Mitster comes out of the crowd for the save, and we remain scoreless until we get to sudden death in the penalties, and that's Warriors Langa David. He gets the diving save, and now all they have to do is score, and Kevin Franco Moroccan, he's up, gets the goal, and he is the hero as Washington wins 1-0 and is on to the state championship for them tomorrow, and Coach Dantzler feels confident about his team's chances.
We're going to celebrate a little bit tonight, but tomorrow we get a little bit of time on the field, and they just have to realize if we stick with our game plan, I like our team. For 80 minutes of soccer, we got a chance, and it looks good.
And then it was number 2 versus number 3 against Roosevelt and Brandon Valley. We're scoreless through the first half. In the middle of the second, Rough Riders have a chance, but Lynx Aiden Spencer is able to pluck it right out of the air. We'll go back and forth like that most of the night. And then Lynx Lawson Lamberts has a clean shot, but he isn't able to connect. We would get our first goal from Andrew Cotton as he's able to tap it in, gets the assist from his teammate, and they go on to win 1-0. And as we look at the matchups tomorrow, it's the girls first for Class AT area versus West Central, and then Sioux Falls Christian versus T area, then Class AA Yankton taking on Aberdeen Central, and Washington and Roosevelt. And that's going to do it for sports. We'll be back in a little bit.